I graduated from the University of Pennsylvania in 2009. I got a business degree from the Wharton School there. And when I graduated, I thought I would work in retail because I had interned at this really big corporate retail company. And it just so happens that when I graduated, they had no jobs available for me. It was the middle of the recession. They were doing layoffs. Everyone was losing their job. And so here I was after having gone for 4 years to this really expensive school, and I had no job. And so I took some advice and took a recommendation to take up an internship. And I ended up getting an internship at BET, which was awesome. I learned so much. And I also ended up having a coworker that suggested that I start a blog. And so I was like, why not? So I did. And that's how Love Brown Sugar got started. I decided to call it Love Brown Sugar because my last name is Brown, and I wanted it to be about all things that I love and all things sweet. So that's where the Love Brown Sugar comes from. And I also stole it from a D'Angelo lyric. So I just knew with my brand that I wanted to create a space for women of color to feel empowered. I had just seen these one-dimensional views of Black women in the media, and I wanted to find an outlet to change that. So I started with my blog, Love Brown Sugar, talking a little bit about my story, how I came to be confident in my body and my style. I ended up starting BabyBrownSugar, which is my mommy blog, and then BrownGirlsLove, which is an empowerment community for young women about personal branding and entrepreneurship. I started this series called Shop Love Brown Sugar. It's a pop-up shop that would take place during the holidays. And it was my opportunity to introduce my audience to some really amazing Black-owned businesses during the holiday season. And so I started it in 2014. I did it for 2 years, 2014 and 2015, and people loved it. It was always in New York City, and I started getting requests from people in other cities, like, when are you gonna bring the pop-up shop to us? And why don't you launch it online? And so after getting that feedback and then kind of listening to my intuition about what needed to be done, I said, why don't I just do an online store? My hope for Shop Love Brown Sugar is that it becomes a space, a curated space of discovery, and a space that is so well curated and has such amazing brands that it's not just us supporting the shop, but everybody wants to support the shop. And so that's what I would hope for the shop, that it empowers emerging brands, that it gives them a platform, and that I can continue to tell their stories, because that's something that's so important to me. What I've learned about myself from the beginning of creating Love Brown Sugar and how my brand has just evolved over time is that I can do anything. And I think at first I got locked into this idea that I was just a blogger. I'm just blogging, I'm just telling my story and posting pictures. And then when I became a mom and I started BabyBrownSugar, I'm just a mom blogger. I'm just a mommy who blogs. And then as I started to really grow in my business, okay, I'm just an entrepreneur. And now there's all these titles that I've amassed over time. And so I'm not just anything. I can really be anything that I want to be. I have two things that I say all the time. One is that everything happens for a reason. So whether you're encountering crazy resistance for something that you want to do, people who don't support you, losing money, whatever it is, it all happens for a reason. It's all part of your story, and you should not let it stop you from moving forward and doing what you love. And another thing that I say often is, to whom much is given, much is required. So it's just really important as you start to grow and build up your business and build up whatever it is that you're doing, that you pull people up with you and that you pay it forward and make sure that other people are benefiting from the work that you're doing, because we can't progress as a community if we're not working together.